Oh, thank God I'm live. Whew. Just getting a little worried there. Hi, my name is Melinda, trauma-informed coach. I work with people all over the world, helping them move through and beyond trauma, helping them realize who they want to become and get them there. I created an oracle deck, the Badassery Oracle. I channeled this to kind of go along as a support to the work that I do with folks. So I want to start by sharing a premonition I had back in 2015. For those of you who don't know, I'm intuitive, like very. And from time to time, I have gotten some pretty spot on premonitions. And when I saw him coming down the golden escalator back in 2015, announcing that he was going to be running for president, I saw a lot in that moment, just like flashes, boom, 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 flashes. I saw the rise of the Fourth Reich. I have very clear memories of what that experience was like. And there was an energetic match. It was just identical, like literally same. And I'm like, whoa, here comes that again. Yikes. Sad we didn't learn the first time. I also remember hearing him say, and I don't remember when he said this, but drain the swamps. Like that was a big phrase, marketing phrase. That was a big phrase. Going to drain the swamps. And you know what? From a spiritual perspective, I see him as pretty much this lighthouse, and it's just shining a light on all the corruption and all the broken systems. And it's not about sides. It's not about being right or wrong. It's like, here's something that's broken. Here's something that doesn't work. Here's something that was built on inequity, injustice. And so, a big light got shined onto systemic racism. We just saw it, like it just literally rised up in my mind's eye. And I saw, ooh, there's systemic racism. And then lo and behold, George Floyd happened, right? And we started seeing more and more people becoming aware of how the mistreatment of Black, brown-skinned people was inherently built into the system. It's built into the system, right? And then another light got shined on misogyny and the control of women and their bodies and their choices. That got shined. But, as these things were just kind of like coming out of the swamp, I could see them bloom, bloom, coming out of the swamp. And there was one thing that did this. And it just sat there. And it looked like crocodile eyes, like it was looking at me kind of like this. Like I could see its eyes looking at me, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, what the fuck are you? And I had this huge wave of just almost, I just felt sick. And I'm like, oh shit, that's human trafficking. That was back in 2015. And everything else was moving, which meant the consciousness was shifting and changing, that it meant it was coming into our awareness. And the more things come into our awareness, the more we can shift it and change. But that one just sat there. And I knew it wasn't going to move for a very long time. So here we are 10 years later. This is a premonition I had 10 years ago. Here we are 10 years later. And that thing's starting to move. We are now, it is coming into our conscious awareness undeniably that we have a problem. And it's so much bigger than what's in the news. It's so much bigger than one individual. It is so much bigger. There is a movie, and I'm sorry, I don't know the movie. I think it was called Trafficked. I don't remember. And at the very end, it had a statistic, and this is an old movie, and it had like 5 of the biggest earning companies on the planet, and their gross income together was less than human trafficking. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you. I do not want to, and that's why I got the deck. I got the Oracle. We're going to pull a card because I need some help. I know other people need help too. This is something we just need to understand. This isn't going to go away slowly. This is something that's coming into our awareness as, okay, we need to remember the value of ourselves as human beings. we need to remember the value of children. We need to see each other as valuable and precious, regardless of skin color, regardless of race, regardless of political affiliation. We need to remember our own inherent value within ourselves and each other. And so this heavy, dark thing that rose out of the swamp 10 years ago, I really believe that this is our call. This is our call to change our perspective. And when I think about, okay, so what's mine to do? Well, what's mine to do is I want to teach emotional intelligence. I want to help people awaken that within themselves, because part of that is just the honoring and the valuing of ourselves, when we can look within ourselves and go, oh, I see pain. Oh, I see sadness. Oh, okay. Oh, and to be able to see ourselves and our feelings as valuable. Those feelings really do, they're messengers, and they're here to help us heal, right? And so I can't think of anything better to do right now, because I can't change what's happening on the planet. And honestly, this is happening for us. This is a toxicity that has been in the background, the depths of our awareness. It's been sitting back here, and it's now moved here. And I saw it 10 years ago, just kind of rising up, and it just sat there, and it really hasn't moved until now. And now it's in the forefront. So here's the card, and I think this is really perfect. Today's card is release anything that's not yours to feel. Lots of feelings out there. We've had some big losses. Ozzy Osbourne, oh my gosh. Chuck Mangione, oh my gosh. It's so much. Hulk Hogan. I was a wrestling fan when I was in my teens. Rowdy Roddy Piper. So there's a lot of energy, and especially around what's coming up around the human trafficking and the mistreatment of children and the inappropriate behavior that's being covered up and hidden, and all of this. There's so much. There's rage, and there's shame, and there's fear. And so here's what your message is today. We often do not realize we are picking up and feeling energy that is not ours. It is an unconscious habit, soaking up of other people's energy. Just sitting with a friend or a loved one who is upset or venting, they leave feeling relieved and lighter. And chances are you feel weighted down and your light has dimmed. Or maybe you are watching a movie in a theater with the whole audience in tears, and you feel a sadness that is larger than life and reaches into the depth of your soul. Oh, dear one, it does not have to be this way. Please understand that you do not have to take on their feelings or energy. You do not. Starting today, practice this mantra. I call this Melinda's mantra. I release anything that isn't mine to feel. I'll say it again. Say it with me. I release anything that's not mine to feel. Your nervous system will thank you. So release anything that's not yours to feel. Like, that's really part of learning how to regulate our nervous system. That's one of the things I teach in this course, Awakening your emotional intelligence. Feel, heal, and transform. And when we can start to just turn within and recognize there's a lot going on in here, and some of it's not mine, and we can just quickly turn down the volume just by saying, I release anything that's not mine to feel. All the upset about what's happening politically around the world, it's not mine to feel. I don't need to feel anybody else's. I have mine. I can feel mine, but I don't need to overload my circuits by taking in everyone else's energy. Have you ever watched a lightning bolt hit a transformer box? It explodes because it's too much energy. Our nervous system wasn't meant to take in that much energy. And so I release anything that's not mine to feel, helps the nervous system regulate. That's part of awakening your own emotional intelligence, is when you can start to regulate yourself in a way that keeps yourself centered, that keeps yourself grounded, that keeps yourself responsive, not reactive. So, beloveds, if you would like to get your own deck, your own Badassery deck, they're online right there at my website. Go to products, the products page, it'll take you to the deck. If you need support and need some one on one help, go there. If you're interested in my uh, Awakening Your Emotional Intelligence course, it starts next week. And it is going to be amazing. And it is slow and gentle and kind and compassionate. And it will up level your tools. It will up level your health. It will up level your relationships. And it will up level the world. The more and more of us that start practicing better tools to manage all the energy that's on the planet right now, we can start turning down the volume. We can start mitigating the reactivity. We can start remaining grounded into truth and connected to something higher that is more centered in love, kindness, and compassion. So please reach out if I can support you. Much love to you all. Above all things, please, please be kind to yourself, to your body, to the planet, to animals, and most importantly, to each other. Much love. I will see you soon.